Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Grunts and Grumbles podcast. I'm Tom.
And I'm Vince.
And we're bringing you the big male podcast energy.
I don't even know what that means. Big male energy?
It's a tip of a hat to someone who thought it was funny yesterday.
Okay.
And I said, I'm going to use it.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's weird. I don't know where I was in the context of this, but I heard it. Paris Hilton's up to her tricks again. She wants to do another slogan, another catchphrase that she
like
can
that's
coin the
hot.
term. Yeah, like that's hot.
Okay.
This one is called Sliving.
Sliving.
So slaying and living.
Oh, I thought it was slut living.
No, slaying and living, because you couldn't say slaving.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Right?
I don't hate that. It's that slaying. Slay it again?
Sliving.
Oh, man.
Right?
No, I'm not. You know what? I don't know. I'll probably say it. You know what? I say it's stupid. And then, you know me, like, somehow down the road, I'm saying
We might have just, like, launched it further.
I doubt it.
I hope not. See, when you make it lame, it fizzles out
We
faster.
just need 6 dads to say it at a cookout, and then it'll go away.
Yeah.
Yeah. This guy was watching an episode of The Simpsons last night because I was staying up trying to wait. I was trying to stay up to watch the race, the Formula One race, and it was an episode, and Bart was like wearing these Supremes or some shit like that, like some I think they're called Slurpremes or something like that in The Simpsons. And then the parents started wearing them, like Chief Wiggum and Homer, and like I don't know, Superintendent Chalmers for some reason was in the group, and then the fad went away.
I think we even brought that up on an earlier episode when as soon as the moms get into the the social networking, like the Facebooks and the Instagrams, it kills it.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm on TikTok. It's like, we don't want to see you dancing.
Hold on. Hold the phone. Some of you, I do.
Sometimes.
No, I do.
Yeah?
I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm getting older.
You just
kind of dig the sexy mom.
It's the 2 years of like being sheltered and not seeing real entertainment.
No. That's not it at all.
Okay.
No. It's not. They're not just like, hey, there they are.
Right.
No, I think there's listen, there's nothing. I'll watch. Don't worry, ladies. Your boy. Oh wait, shit, I'm wearing. I talked about The Simpsons.
Yeah, you're wearing.
I forgot I was wearing it. I'll watch.
Okay,
for sure.
All right.
I need some entertainment, man.
I guess. I mean, I've never like adopted the TikTok, Snapchat, anything like that.
I still don't understand Snapchat.
It's just for me, I just kind of promote within the social networks because it's the necessary evil. But other than that, I'm just kind of sticking to what I like and
that's fair.
Whatever I can learn from.
And you know what? You learn things from some of these social things.
Sometimes.
I don't know.
Sometimes it gets silly.
Oh, that's a lot silly.
I keep sending you stuff on a regular too, right? Like, and they're laughs.
And you're not sending me informational things.
No,
you're not, because I would be like,
so I can bullshit about it too.
Stop fucking sending it to me. But no, that one you sent me today with that Harlan
Williams. Yeah,
that guy's funny, man.
Amazing.
When he's like, he was talking to a woman in the crowd. And he's like, you got good energy. You're a nice lady. What do you do for a living? And she's like, I'm a hostess. She's like, oh, that's great. What kind? Twinkie or ding dong? I was dying. It's just so clean and quick and hilarious.
Yeah, to engage in that on the spot.
Yeah.
Like, there's no context. Like they could say anything.
Yeah.
Like and he knows, and he's always been that way.
Yeah.
And he kind of just throws that like weird look. Like,
is he American or Canadian?
No, he's Canadian.
I thought so.
Yeah,
I thought he was. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, he's good. He's funny, man. He's funny. Did I tell you about that show I was watching? LOL.
No. Yes.
The Canadian one.
Yes.
Did we talk about it on here?
We did talk about it on the return. Yes.
Yeah, it's good.
Is it good?
Great, man. I finished it, but it's good.
Like, I've never worked in it's funny because our union doesn't actually do the live take shows.
Mm-hmm.
If we had if there was an opportunity of one coming up, which one would you work on?
Oh wow. I mean, I would have loved to have worked on that one. This LOL, like the comedy, the great. There was such the Canadian royalty on there. Tom Green was on there.
Yeah.
Colin Mockery.
Right.
Deborah Giovanni, she's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
There's that one guy from Quebec. I can't remember his name right now. He used to sing all those like funny songs. Giroux? No, anyway, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But it was a great show. I'd love to work on something like that. I worked on Big Brother Canada.
Oh yeah, well that's the other union, but yeah.
No, it was not. It was non-union.
Non-union.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is before I.
Oh okay.
But that was
How was
fun.
that?
I was doing construction. I was building the games.
Oh, okay. So you weren't actually like in the whole process of them being in the room for like.
No, well, because no one can be there, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's all like, and you can walk around the set, and it's just all like two-way mirrors. And cameras.
Okay.
There's a million cameras that are.
So
watching
you are within the room, but not
I didn't.
in the room.
I was just built. I was in the carp shop building the games.
Okay. Okay.
And so like, whether their competition is to become HOH or whatever the stupid veto stuff.
Okay. Sure.
Have you ever watched Big Brother?
I think I tried watching it.
Yeah.
When the first one came out, and I wasn't into it.
So I was building the games, and like the game builders would come down and see what we built and see if it worked out.
Right.
And I tested a couple of them in front of them so they could see it. It was kind of fun.
Cool.
Yeah, it was a cool job, man. But we didn't actually. There was weird because we didn't install it. We just built it, and then there was another team who would come and install it. It was a weird system. Weird. I didn't understand it, but that's fine by me because they were installing it at weird hours. So
that's yeah. Well, yeah. Who knows? Like those processes, we don't know how those work still.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew someone I went to college with. He was a cinematographer for Survivor.
Oh, cool.
And I asked him. I go, so what's it like? He's like, he just shakes his head. He goes, come on, we're union. Do you really think we're starving too?
But what's a cinematographer for a reality show in a jungle do? They put up lights?
Well, they're there, but they're still following the union rules where they have a camp. They have their outposts, and they're doing their like food. They have craft services and everything too.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Yeah. As soon as he said that, I kind of deflated the balloon a bit.
Well, I mean, I think it's obvious, you know,
right?
The camera guys are not just be like, "Hey guys, can I have some of that rice? That sloppy?"
Yeah. Can I get the fish you caught and eat some of that too?
Let me get some of that. And they're like, nah. No, the guy's like switch camera guys, and then he's going to the craft truck getting a bagel, a bag of candy.
Yeah. And what about The Bachelor? Would you have fun with that one?
Like working on it?
Yeah.
I don't think they do anything kind of fun, man. I don't know. I've never seen
the conversations.
Yeah, well, I mean,
handing out the roses as the props.
I just have to put them down before they start filming in the room. I don't get to hand. Right. Do you think they keep them, or I have to collect them back?
See, again, are they even real?
I bet you they're fake.
Are they
100% they're fake.
From Killer
I've
Greens,
never seen it.
Right?
Yeah, who knows? Maybe they got to be fake.
It just seems. I don't know. We've debunked.
They have a budget for roses,
right? And we've debunked a bunch of myths on this show.
Yeah.
On how things kind of work, and hopefully that doesn't like dismiss the art still, but kind of I think it
maybe.
We need to play. Yeah, we need to play justice to it.
I don't give a shit. Defunk it, man. Debunk it, defunk it. Ask a question. Send comments. If you guys want to know something, I'll fucking tell you. I don't care.
I'm still astonished to this day how they shoot soap operas. Like, how do they do it? How's the turnaround? How does that work?
It's just every day.
They're working every day. Yeah. Like, what's the shooting schedule like? What are those run sheets like? Everything.
It's just like show up.
Just, right.
They probably film a set amount. Like they probably start every morning like 8:00, film till 5, and go home and get what you get.
And the editors are still going around the clock.
Yeah, fuck 'em. There's probably 1,000 of them.
So weird.
Fuck them.
It's such a cool concept, but it's like the oldest concept for a TV formula. That's always worked. It's always been. They've never deviated from changing that. It's always the same.
Yeah.
Standardized way of doing it.
True. I just thought of 2 shows I would love to work on.
Okay, go ahead.
One would be The Price is Right.
Yeah, okay.
I feel like that could be kind of fun.
Yes.
And another one would be Maury Povich, but they canceled. They just canceled.
Yeah, I heard that.
But,
did you hear about The Price is Right? There's a documentary. You probably seen
the
it.
guy, yeah.
The guy with the autism that just knew all the prices.
He knew all the prices. That was amazing. I didn't watch it, but I Googled that episode. Okay. And I watched him win everything. It was hilarious. Like, oh yeah, I watch it all the time.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
In college, because I worked in a radio, television, film course that I took for 3 years, the third year for film students was to shoot your own documentary. Mm-hmm. And the year after, or before us, the graduating year before us, they went to LA to Price is Right.
Oh shit!
To shoot like contestants, like waiting in line, what it would take, how long it actually gets you, like.
Yeah,
the line is enormous. It goes around blocks. People coming in, and then
you don't get to like just like a reserve. No, it's first come first serve.
It's first come first serve. You get your name tags, and you're just there, and then they pick and choose. It's like a nightclub thing.
Yeah,
and then you sit in your seat. They shoot a bunch of episodes. Sometimes if they like the way you look or whatever, they're gonna put you in a different seat. Depending, there's a survey.
They don't just shoot one a day, huh?
They shoot multiple.
I didn't didn't know that.
It's not over days. It's like they shoot like 10 hours and it's 2 episodes an hour.
Oh shit.
Or so they get their hour within the 10 hours.
Okay.
Of
and then bring in a new group of people.
The full week is within one day.
Do you think it's truly random, the picking of the people in the crowd?
Yes, because the list comes down as soon as they're knowing who's going in, and as I said, like the name tag.
But you don't think the guys there scanning the crowd and be like, that guy looks like could be funny.
That I'm not sure about, but the thing is that they wait, and sometimes they wait forever, and then they'll win the big prizes. Well, let's say you and I end up being contestants, okay? And I end up winning the big showcase prize, which is like a 30-foot hot tub and a boat. Well, where the fuck am I putting that here, right?
You're selling it.
So there's vultures outside of the studio, willing to buy your prize for cash. Like, okay, you know what the value was because you bid on it. You know what the actual prize is.
It's like $10,000.
We'll buy it off you right now.
Oh, I'd sell it.
And they sell it. And it's just like, well, yeah, that makes sense. Because if I'm in LA, the duties and like, how am I shipping a 30?
Wait, you ride the boat. You drive the boat. Hello.
Well, boat, the little skimmer or whatever.
Yeah, you'll get here.
But take your time. The hot tub, you know what I mean? Like
Put stuff like that. Put it on the boat, man. Put it on the end of the boat and drive it up. Hey, yo, plug that shit in. We're
going to Prices Right then. You got the plan. So, but yeah,
I'd love to go.
It's crazy. Like just that whole. I mean, even that's been for years. Like even before I was born. Like that's
I would love to have gone
legacy
with Bob Barker and not so much Drew Carey.
Yeah,
Drew Carey looks really weird right now.
Is he skinny?
He's skinny. He's got weird long hair that's kind of going.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's going like dirty blonde whitish. He looks weird.
Really?
I don't know. I saw an episode on the other day when my grandmother was watching TV, and I was like, "What the hell? Who
is this?
Who's that guy?" And I look closer. I'm like, "Hey, yo."
You know what show I'm getting into now, and I wish I would have watched it when it was on.
What's that?
Is the Late Late Show with Craig Ferguson.
Oh yeah, he's funny.
He's got a formula that was amazing. The animatronic robot.
The fact that he's a giant
censor,
pervert.
the censor, the fact that like he just has that charm about him that no one was creeped out. There was no like Me Too things. He just had a playful delivery.
Well, maybe there was. That's why he stopped.
Maybe, but again, it was just fun. The horse, like just
he had a funny little like he's just like he didn't take it seriously.
No, exactly.
And he just went out there and had a good time.
And I like that because obviously when you're doing the talk show circuit as a celebrity. It's like it's Good Morning America. It's at 7:00, and then it's like Regis and Kathy Lee or Regis and whoever it is now. Regis is dead, But you know what I mean. It's that format. Then it's maybe The View, and then it's the late night run. How many of the same questions are you going to answer in that day being that person?
I imagine they skipped 1,000 of the same questions.
And then, you got the publicists making sure they only ask those questions. So it's very cut and dry.
And there's also the ones where they're just like, they try to be different and they have like the stupidest questions.
And it's horrible.
And they're just like,
that's horrible.
Don't fucking ask me that. I watched one like Robert Downey Jr. is like, nope. And he fucking left.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
And it's like, nope, you're not supposed to ask me that. And he got the fuck out of
Good.
Yeah.
But. And then there's like some of them that are awesome to watch. Like I mean, I always watched Letterman because I thought he was fun because he also had that delivery where it was almost sarcastic, but it was quick. So like when you saw, Chris Farley doing the backflips and everything to get to the seat, and he's all wired up, and he's like, maybe you should lay off the candy. And that's all he said, but you kind of knew what he was kind of like driving at.
For sure.
He
like
didn't.
The PG version of saying lay off the drugs.
But he didn't make it like that obvious. He just said, maybe you should lay off the candy, right?
Yeah, hilarious.
And then Jimmy Fallon. I love the games that he does. I think that's
Fallon's
fun.
Good.
Right?
I was around when they taped one of Jimmy, like, so Jason was on one of the Jimmy Fallon episodes where he did war.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And he did in the field with our set behind him.
That's right, with the bucket thing or whatever, right?
So they used the buckets they were dumping on him at the end.
Right.
The cast asked me for, because they dumped on him. Hey, do you have any big buckets? I'm like, yeah, I can get some. And they were actually props.
Okay, cool.
From the episode. And it was funny to watch, man. It was really funny.
Yeah, and did you make an appearance in that?
No.
That was just on his, Instagram?
When?
Because I did see you in it. Like, they were, like, he was driving to it on one of his reels. We're getting ready to do the Jimmy Fallon thing. Stay tuned or watch it tonight.
Yeah, but I think I was just by his trailer.
Yeah, yeah. You weren't acknowledging it, but I saw you. So
yeah,
which is cool. Tip of the hat. Hey, I know that
guy. It was funny because like I was in a few of his.
You helped him with that commercial, right?
I did I helped him with the commercial,
right?
But I also like. I guess we'll start with this. I guess. So I went to Europe for 2 months.
Yes.
Okay. So that's my whole thing. When we stopped for a bit, I went away. I was trying to like. I don't know. Anyway, that's not important.
We'll get to that later.
Nah, maybe not. So anyway, I was just trying to. You go on a soul searching trip,
sure,
sort of a thing. Yeah. So I went on one of those, and so I figured, hey, you know what, I'm gonna go to Europe. I was almost moving to Europe. Okay. I was gonna try to move to Europe.
Right.
And I can because I'm a dual citizen, so I have the opportunity to do such a thing.
Nice.
So I started my trip in London because Jay was there filming Aquaman 2.
Right.
And he said, listen, if you make it out to London, I'm still here. He's like, you got a place to stay.
Awesome.
So I got to the airport. A car picked me up. I felt so luxurious. That's not true. And drove me out to the country where he was staying, and it was on this like fucking giant property that had like 8-9 rounds of golf in the back of it. Like not taken care of though. It was just like whatever. But the house was beautiful. It was ginormous.
Right.
So many rooms. Each room had their own bathroom in it. It was just disgustingly big. And yeah, man, I went to Europe and I had a great trip, and I was in a couple of videos of Jason's. When I got there, I was in the backyard, beer in hand, of course, as soon as I landed. We were at a cool we drank at this cool bar called the Toucan.
Okay.
And it's just like this dingy, shitty bar, but like I love those.
Right.
And like they had Guinness on tap, so of course that's why we were there.
Okay.
And no, I just had a great trip, man. I went to the set of Aquaman 2.
Oh, did you? Okay.
I saw some of it.
Okay, how does it? Hold on. Okay, how does it compare to like anything we shoot here?
Well, I didn't go into like main studio. I just saw like a couple like cool, smaller like I saw one outdoor one. I didn't go there every day because like I didn't want to.
Was it Pinewood, London?
It was Warner Brothers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Big, Aquaman.
Real ones.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's true. Warner Brothers.
Huge,
yeah,
man. What a giant lot. It's unbelievable, man.
Yeah.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff, and like as I was there, there was like a couple other shows shooting. It was the Lord of the Rings TV show was shooting in there.
Okay.
So I just saw like a bunch of like different
TV show. Weird, but okay.
Yeah, you didn't hear about this?
No.
Yeah, it's coming out soon, I think.
Okay.
There was also there was something else filming there. I think the Boba Fett had just finished filming there.
Oh, okay. Cool.
There was a couple of things. And it was really
nice.
Cool, man. London's such a cool place, actually.
I bet.
So I went to a couple. Like I did so when I got there, I did like the touristy thing. Like I took the subway down.
Right.
Sorry, the tube.
Yes.
I took the tube down. I saw the Queen's place.
Okay, yeah.
Buckingham Palace.
Okay.
Listen, I like the Queen.
Right.
This is not a secret. Everybody knows I love the Queen. That palace fucking blows, man. I didn't go inside. I was on the outside. No offense. It looks like a fucking building, man.
Well, it's been there for a while.
It's not a castle. It's not nothing. Like it's not. I guess I had to go to Windsor Castle. I guess. But
yes.
Like this is where she hangs. Like this is where most of her stuff hangs. She hangs out most of the time. I think back in the day. Now she's barely alive.
Yeah.
But I was just like I looked at it and I was like, that's it.
Like if you weren't looking for it, would you have been able to find it?
Yeah, because you see the Royal Guards kicking around.
Okay.
Also, fucking weird fact. They were not weird fact, but weird thing. When I was walking around, I'm like looking for the Royal Guards, like the big hats and stuff.
Yeah.
They were wearing gray jackets, not red. I said, what the fuck?
Different weather?
I guess winter's gray? I don't know.
Weird.
I was pissed. I know it's like I was like looking at them. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, why are you wearing gray? And then like I watched like their marching band like do practice, and that was really cool. But they're all wearing gray too. And there's one guy. Some guys have bigger hats than others.
Right.
I don't know if it's the size of the hat makes you a higher rank.
I don't know.
I mean, do you want to wear a fucking 12-foot hat on top of you? Good luck getting in the doorways.
Exactly.
But so there's the Royal Guards, and then there's like actual police hanging out there too with like machine guns.
Okay.
And you're just like,
wow,
what the fuck?
Yeah, what's going on here?
No, I think it's just
the protection.
It wasn't a lot of them.
No,
but I'm like, well, so then what does the fucking Royal Guard have? They just have those shitty rifles?
Maybe.
Do they have to fucking when they
the
shoot
muskets,
one and then fucking push down the fucking gunpowder, throw a bullet in there? Holy, it's 2022, man. Well, it's 2021 when I was there, but
right.
Jesus,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny. It's like when you see a Mountie and they're not wearing their dress guard, and it's like they look like cops and they've got their vests on.
I don't know. I haven't seen them.
Yeah, you see them like at airports and stuff like that. They say
RC. I guess I just don't pay attention.
Designation.
I just assumed they were just airport cops.
Yeah.
Like,
where's your horse? Like where's your
red coat? Yeah. Where's that hat? Where's those fucking weird shoulder pads you guys wear?
It's not all the time.
No.
It's only for like I think the special dress whenever they're doing the ceremonies and stuff, which makes sense
true,
too.
Man.
It's like Army, right? It's military, same thing. You wear special field dress versus combat dress and whatever else. So
how can you tell? You can't even see them.
Yeah.
But no, so I went to a movie screening after party.
Okay.
And I didn't have the proper clothes, so I went shopping because you have to dress smart, smart attire. You ever hear that? Ever someone say to you,
yes,
smart attire?
Just smart, yes.
Never fucking heard that. I was like, what does that mean? You want me to wear glasses? Carry a book? Like, I didn't fucking get it.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, whatever. So I went to the mall to get some clothes. Right. Because I was on a 2 months trip. Like, I didn't pack dress shoes and whatever. So I was shopping and I was looking for an outfit. I went into a store and I was talking to the lady and she's like, oh, I love your accent. And I said, huh? Excuse me?
Yeah.
I was like, are you talking to... I was like, looking around.
Right.
I was like, are you talking to me? She's like, yeah. I'm like, I don't have an accent. And then it hit on me. It dawned on me.
Right.
I am not from there.
Right.
Like, when someone comes here and they have an accent from anywhere around the world, German, Spanish, what have you.
Yes.
South African accents, all that stuff.
Sure.
I wasn't. I was a person with an accent.
You were the outsider.
Blew my fucking mind.
Yeah.
And I thought she was making fun of me, but turns out she wasn't. But no, man. But I went to a few bars. Yeah. And everybody's like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, "I'm from Canada." They're like, "Oh, we love your accent. We love your accent." I'm like,
"Wow,
fucking A."
And that's what helped too.
I know.
Saying A got you the free shots.
I got people were buying me drinks.
Awesome. Yeah.
I was like, shit. I should live here.
Did you do the backpacker thing where you have the Canadian flag on you?
No. I did. I started traveling with a backpack.
Right.
And then I realized I'm a fucking old piece of shit.
So it was hurting you?
I moved to like one of those, it looks like a hockey bag, but smaller rolling bag.
See, I could see you because of your attitude and like the new things that you love and the trendy guy that you would have like the motor powered suitcase that you could sit on.
Oh, I would love that. Like when they had on Impractical Jokers.
Right. I could see you just scooting around on that thing.
Although it's like impossible to walk. Like the streets in London, the streets in Europe.
Right. They're small.
They're small. No, that's fine. But like the sidewalks and everything, it's all cobblestone. There's no concrete.
Right.
For the most part.
Right.
And like walking around drunk.
Oh.
Not brutal. Easy, man.
No.
Not easy. No wonder they got bad teeth. Some of them probably knocking them out when they're falling down, man.
Oh yeah,
no, it's good though, man. I had a good time.
And so, what was the movie screening that you saw?
It was House of Gucci.
Oh yeah. Oh, was it?
Yeah, I didn't watch the movie. I tried to watch it a little bit. I was gonna watch it, and then I watched like a couple trailers. And no offense,
it was.
It doesn't.
You're not offending me.
No, to whoever liked it.
Right.
It just didn't look like anything I'd ever want to watch.
Right.
So I have not watched it.
Okay.
But Adam Driver was there. I saw him.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him, but I saw Kylo Ren. So that was kind of exciting.
Cool.
For all us nerds out there.
Right.
I saw fucking Kylo Ren, man.
The only time I think that I've ever yelled at a screen in a movie theater was during that Force Awakens.
On the bridge.
Yeah, where he kills Han Solo. And like at this point, I'm already putting the pieces together. I'm like, this is the New Hope, just with different characters. Everything you can set a watch to in New Hope.
Yeah.
And everything that was happening in New Hope was happening in Force Awakens.
For sure.
And then Han gets killed. And you could see the setup. And it was the Obi-Wan Darth Vader thing. It was just perfectly placed. I'm like, they're going to, no.
And people were watching.
Don't do it. No, please don't. Like, the only thing I really look forward to was the Millennium Falcon and Han being back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't. And then the lightsaber goes through him. And I was like, fuck you. As loud as I could. Because I was like, I've never lost my shit.
You're in a theater?
I was in a theater. I've never lost my shit in a movie theater before.
My God.
That was the moment. I was like, fuck you. And it killed the movie for me for the rest of it.
I went to watch that movie like really stoned.
Okay.
And
I should have been.
Yeah. I watched it really stoned and I was just like, I got out of there. I was like, whoa. That was wild, man. I like those new movies. I liked them. Not for everybody. Hey, you know what? Anyway, I saw him. I wasn't close to him.
Where you were, yeah,
he
exactly.
was a little bit a while away from me. I would have said something. But I also worked with Hayden Christensen on a movie.
Oh, yeah?
With Darth Vader. Yeah.
On, the Cosmo?
No, it was something called Little Italy.
Oh, that one. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah, San Remo was like plugging the shit out of that, too.
Was it?
Yeah, way back. With,
Robert's there.
Yeah.
Emma Roberts.
Yeah.
So there was funny. I don't know if I told the story. I might have told it already, but I was working on that show, and he was there, and we were doing this scene in the Metro Toronto Convention Center, and we turned like the basement of it into like an airport check through. Like I was doing set deck. I was lead dresser, so I rented like an X-ray machine, the walkthrough, the metal detector, stuff like that. So there was a scene there, blah blah blah, and I was on a set of stairs, and he was below me. On the bottom of it,
right?
And
you had the high ground.
Oh my god! It took every fathom of my being not to be like, "Hey, Skywalker, don't do it. I've got the higher ground." I was so close to saying it, and then I got the fuck out of it.
Isn't it so weird? Because sometimes obviously it depends on you know. Because like now that you've bonded with Jason a little bit more, you could throw those things at him, and he would not like be upset by it.
Yes, I did throw something at him.
Right, but some of them you're just like, no, they're in character for this scene. Let's stay professional and everything else. But then also you'll hear like the focus puller say some bullshit, and you're like, oh, well, like I was thinking the exact same thing. How come he got away with it and I couldn't?
Well, you could have. You just had to try it.
Exactly.
There's an opportunity for it to work. There's also an opportunity for it to fail.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, it's still a paycheck at the end of the day. And I value money over insults.
Over insults, unless I'm making money for insults.
Well, exactly. And I'm no Don Rickles, so
no, definitely not.
And I don't need to be slapped.
No, you don't. And then so I remember I was telling you the last episode that I've been told that I had conversations with Old Dirty Bastard's son in a club.
Yes.
So there's this there was this club in London,
right,
where it's just like a lot of celebrities sort of go to sort of thing. So I went there a few times, and man, I was talking to this dude. He was like, he wore like a cowboy hat, sort of thing.
All right,
and he always had 2 white girls with him.
Okay,
different ones every night.
Right.
But and then I was like, this guy's so funny. Like I was telling someone, like, yeah, I was just talking to that guy over there. He's like really funny, really nice guy. And they're like, oh yeah, it's one of ODB's fucking children.
Wow. Okay.
And I was like, fucking A.
Maybe.
No. Well,
like he wouldn't be the one that's performing with Wu-Tang right now. It's like, because I think he's got like a crazy amount of kids too.
I don't know. I mean, he could have. Hey, listen.
Same with DMX. Like,
oh yeah, they have. Listen, they all have kids, but they all fuck off and do other things. They don't take care of their kids. Some of them
easy. This is
no, but ODB had fucking 14 kids.
Just because Maury got
he was
canceled.
Always on the road. He was always on the road. He probably did, he didn't see his kids all the time.
I don't know.
These guys, these superstars who are always on the road, they barely have time unless they can take their kids with them.
We barely have it, and we're behind the scenes.
Yeah, but
like we don't have family time. We don't have like relationship time. It's like, oh, I'm working. Oh, I'm sleeping. I'm working. I'm sleeping. Like, we
got weekends, baby. Saturdays.
It's a rat racer,
Saturdays.
Yeah, well, sometimes. And so it's that whole entertainment gamut of, you're always at the mercy of someone else's clock. Yeah. And it sucks. And sometimes you can balance the family structure, and sometimes it doesn't. And more times than not, it doesn't. So, but it sucks. But whatever, we're still here.
Yeah,
right?
We're here, baby. But anyway, so back to my trip story there.
Yes.
I had a great trip in London. I had a good time.
Good.
I met up with a buddy of mine who also works in film, Richard. He's from Vancouver. He was working on my show. We met up in Liverpool.
Okay.
We had a crazy 2 nights in Liverpool. I drank a bunch of cool cocktails, man. We went to this cocktail bar. I don't know. We spent a lot of money one night.
Right.
And Liverpool's a cool city. London's a cool city. Like there's more of England I want to see.
Yeah.
But I had 2 months. Like, well, I was, I didn't.
Yeah, it's a timing thing. You were,
I mean, I had more time. Time was irrelevant because I could have spent as much time as I wanted. But so no, London was good, and then I went to Scotland.
Yes, that's when you called me the one day. You were
I was in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Fuck, what a gorgeous city, man.
Yeah.
What a gorgeous city.
Better than London, or just different?
Different, and it was really different. It was also hard because COVID made my trip a little bit harder.
Yeah, I bet.
Than it could be. And I stayed in a hostel.
Okay.
In Edinburgh.
Right.
And it was cool, man, because like it was like I almost kind of slept in a coffin.
Okay.
But hear me out. Without a lid. So I'll show you a picture of it. There was this like a row of beds.
Right.
But it was in square boxes.
Okay.
So it was almost like, what was it, the game they played, tic-tac-toe, and like with the stars? Remember that? And you could see them in their little boxes.
Okay, yeah.
So that's what it was like, but with sleeping. It was like honestly,
Hollywood Squares.
Hollywood Squares.
Yeah, okay.
But it was like very, and I slept really well. Actually,
Nice.
the set was quiet except for this one guy who slept all day and snored all fucking day. Dude, are you like
heroin?
I don't know if he's like, I don't, maybe, but it's like, did you just come to Edinburgh to sleep in this box? Like, go out, man. Like, I felt like every time I came back, he was sleeping. When I got home, he was sleeping, but at night he was there sleeping. I was like, this guy never left. I was like, are you dead?
Lucky son of a bitch.
I was like, I wonder. Yeah, I was like, how's this guy fucking sleeping so good? I wonder if he just like had a sleep machine, so it sounded like he was in there, so nobody went to touch his stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
But there was the one guy sucking, banging. So I think the guy was on the second level, and this guy underneath was just banging. He's like, stop fucking snoring so loud. And the guy, he didn't stop, didn't wake up, nothing. The guy was dead.
Wow.
But no, the sights were beautiful. I went on like a haunted tour of the city.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man.
Nice. I think you were about to do that the day you called me, that you were going to set something up with that.
That's right, yeah.
And,
I did. So it was really cool, man. I went to this graveyard and I heard some amazing stories how like the medicine factor there, they used to like dig up bodies.
Okay.
And you used to sell them to the school.
Okay.
For
science. Yeah.
It's phenomenal. That's where like someone wrote, not someone, Mary Curie wrote Frankenstein.
Okay. Or Mary Shelley.
Mary Shelley. Sorry.
Yeah.
Curie. What the fuck was I thinking? J.K. Rowling wrote Harry Potter there because there was a cafe she sat at, and there was this beautiful castle that was basically based on what Hogwarts was.
Okay.
And just like science, modern science, just completely was amazing there. It's phenomenal. Awesome. I talked to one guy who I drank a couple beers with one guy in the hostel, and I didn't understand a lot of what he said.
No.
It's hard, man. Scottish language is hard, man. I talked to a few people there, but it's hard to the fucking...
Yeah, I imagine the further out you go, like if it's more like a dialect for say.
If you're in a major city, it's easier. If the people live further and further from the city, good luck, man.
Yeah.
I was talking to somebody. She's like, I grew up in a border town or whatever. And she's like, oh, yeah, I if I talk like that to you, you would never understand me.
It's like Wales. Like if they do the Gaelic.
Something like that. Oh, yeah, man. Honestly, though, also during this trip, because I went from November to January, I went to a million fucking Christmas markets.
Okay.
Every city had a Christmas market, and they had just the same sort of thing. They all had like little huts of wood.
Right.
Like the distillery does.
Okay.
And, I drank a lot of...
ciders and
wines. Oh my god,
mull
wine can go fuck itself.
You don't like it?
It's disgusting. It smells like paint thinner. It was like warm. You could smell it, and the warm wine is like, oh, it's vinegar. No,
sometimes
I could never.
It's a different process, but I get it. It's an acquired taste, and obviously depending on what you ate before then,
I think that's the kind of drink I would immediately throw up.
It's actually medicinal. It's to keep you going.
That's okay.
No
one needed to keep going there. I don't. You know what? I'd rather just go to sleep.
Yeah. Like the guy in the room.
Maybe he needed to drink.
Maybe that's
wine.
what he did. Yeah. Maybe he got drunk off that and was done for like 4 days.
I did really, really, really enjoy Edinburgh, and I'd love to go back and give it some more time.
Yeah.
Because I could have did some like tours like outside and saw some cool things. But I just sort of like when I go to a city, I like to get there, put my shit down somewhere, and then I walk for like 4 or 5 hours.
Well, one thing I thought that was really unique that you did, and you were hinting it on your socials, were the tattoos you got. You kind of like left a mark on your skin of to where you went.
That's right, yeah.
And I thought that was cool.
So what? Instead of getting like a fridge magnet
or a spoon
or some sort of a T-shirt that says I was in Prague.
Yeah.
every country I went into, it wasn't every city because I went to a few cities in different countries. I got a tattoo for the country. So it's like almost like a passport stamp, but I didn't just do like the passport stamp where it's like a red mark. It says, "Welcome to England." Welcome to thing. So I thought I'd get something that would remind me that I was there.
Right.
So I'll tell you as every country I talk about, I'll tell you the tattoo I got, and I'll tell you like sort of some stories or whatever.
Right.
So England, when I left England in Liverpool, I got one of the guards.
Okay.
Tattooed on my leg. Right. But I'm trying to make it simple. I'm not trying to go too detailed. Right. No facial expressions, nothing like that.
Nothing that you're going to be stuck in a shop for like
because
7
you know
hours.
What? Yeah. And I tell you one thing. If I did do color, the fucking guard's jacket would not have been gray.
Right.
Just fucking Queen. Listen to me, Queen. Fucking never let them wear gray. It's stupid. So Scotland, and then I went to Barcelona with Richard. Yeah. We stayed in an amazing Airbnb for like a week. We went to a Barcelona game.
Yeah.
We saw La Familia Sagria. It was like this giant church.
Okay.
And like I'm not religious. I mean, I grew up it like we all did.
Right.
But I swear to God, man, like I just
that brought you.
You look at the building from the outside. It's like the biggest building you ever seen in your life,
right?
And you look at that building, you're like, God damn, that is fucking beautiful.
To a church, no less.
Church, yeah, and you have to pay to go in because God needs money,
right?
And then you go inside, and I swear, for a second, I believed in God.
It renewed your faith.
I mean, no, it's gone again.
Okay,
but I just went in there, and I'm like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
and it was just too phenomenal.
The meticulousness of it, the detail, the artwork that's like circa 1200, and you're like how?
Yeah, I'm like, how do you even build this?
Right. Yeah.
Just like the pyramids, you know what I mean? Like aliens. But I'm like, how do you even build this? And it's just what's the most beautiful thing I ever seen.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm a Catholic again.
Right.
And I got outside. I was like, no, that was a mistake.
Did you like were you there for a sermon or anything like that?
No. I don't think they actually do it.
Oh, it's just more of a tour.
Maybe they do, but it wasn't like a Sunday or anything specific. Yeah. I'm sure on like a Christmas day or
it'll probably be like
Christmas
this
Eve,
weekend. Like
they probably Easter weekend.
Yeah.
They probably have like this giant festival. Well, maybe you got to pay. This giant ceremony. Is that what you call it? Ceremony? Yeah. No, mass. Giant mass.
Mass, yes. Yeah, Christmas mass.
Yeah, but honestly, Spain was beautiful. Went to that Barcelona game.
Yeah.
It was phenomenal, man. Just the crowd was so good to see.
I bet.
And the people were like, although, I found the language barrier in Spain a little harder.
They're a little stuffier?
A little bit. Not a lot. Like I don't need to go back to Spain again.
Okay.
Like there's countries you're like, oh, I want to go there again.
Right.
Spain, no.
Bad experience, or just because it was like
no,
too
not
much
a bad
of the
experience.
same?
It was just maybe I just need to go to a different city. I don't need to go to Barcelona again.
Right.
There were some other places I wanted to go to, but then I started like, okay, let me get out of Spain. Let me go blah blah blah, because I had to be somewhere specific around Christmas time.
Right.
So as I was leaving Spain, tattoo, I got a bull.
Right.
Sort of like running with the bull sort of thing. But I got the I can't remember the artist's name. Van Gogh bull. I know it has nothing to do with Spain. It just looked cooler than because the tattoo artist, he drew like a bull for me.
Right, and it was.
I was like, "What is this? The fucking Chicago Bulls?"
Oh, okay.
It looked like that. He did like the horn and the thing, and it looked like the Chicago Bulls logo, Jordan logo, right? I was like, no, I'm not fucking. I'm like, dude, I'm like, how about this? And he's like, all right, cool. Yeah, Spain was fun. I drank a lot. I drank a lot. We found a whiskey bar one night.
Really?
Just all whiskeys.
In Spain?
In Spain.
Wow, that's unique.
Yeah, I thought so.
Right?
It was really cool, man. Just my liver.
You took a beating?
Took a beating in the first 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't even like even a full month. I was like I needed a detox after that.
Right.
Yeah, so we went separate ways at that point. We left Spain and we went two different directions. He went to Germany and I went to France.
Okay.
And I went to Paris because you know what? Why don't go to Paris, right?
Right.
You got to go.
Right.
I went to the Louvre.
Yeah.
Louvre. Yeah.
The Louvre.
Louvre. I mean, listen, there's one reason a lot of people go to that museum.
Right.
What would you want to see there? What's the one
all of Da Vinci's artifacts.
What's
and
the one thing?
Mona Lisa.
Mona Lisa. So I went to go see that bitch, okay? Okay. And I waited in line.
Right.
And I got up to her.
Yeah.
It was a small fucking painting.
It's like, not what you expected.
No, you thought it would be like, something fucking big. It's small.
What's the dimensions? Like,
I couldn't put a tape measure on it.
It's not like 8 by 15.
It's not like a photo.
Okay, right.
But it was like, I don't know, let's say 18 inches tall. Okay. Maybe 2 feet tall.
Okay.
By maybe 24 by 18. Okay. Something like that. Or 16 by 20. All right, something like that. Okay. It was tiny, man.
You were expecting,
I was expecting like a
royal portrait,
3 by 5 by 3 or something, like a big old,
like the Napoleon one where it's
I'm like
big,
this. You walk down the hallways to get to it, and you're seeing all these giant photos on the walls, and like these big dinner scenes, and amazing art, just phenomenal art, and the sculptures in the museum too are phenomenal. And then you go and wait in line to see her because everybody wants to see her. Right, that's the main attraction. That's why people pay like the €20 to get in there, whatever it was. Yeah. And then you get there, and everybody's like taking pictures, like, ooh, wow, and I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck?
And you're allowed to take pictures now?
Yeah.
See, because that never happened before. Like,
I don't know. I guess now
maybe flash, and then with the flash, and maybe it's different that you can use your phone and it's got the auto light as opposed to a flash cube that
I don't know. But there's people who like go up there and they get their selfie sticks out and they're taking their things and they're doing 1,000 photos. I'm like, do you even look at her? She's so fucking small. Your head's bigger than hers. You can't even you're probably blocking her.
I can accept that maybe a little bit more than I can when they do it at the Holocaust Museum. I think that's completely disrespectful. Oh, look at me. It's are you fucked?
I know.
There's certain things you shouldn't ever.
I agree.
Ever.
I agree.
And it shouldn't have to even be explained as to why you shouldn't.
They don't know. They don't know. People don't know. They're so ignorant. They're like, I was here. Ka-chuck. Ka-ching. Not ka-ching. Ka-click. Ka-chick. Ka-click.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds fucking cameras make.
And how did the people of France treat you?
They were fine.
Okay, snooty?
Listen, little snooty. Also, like, it was really expensive, man. Paris is so expensive. Yes. I should have tried to go to a small city winery thing. I should have. Again, in hindsight, traveling in COVID was shit.
Right.
And you just like, let's go hit the major cities and see what happens.
See, when I went to France, we just crossed the border from Frankfurt over, and it was like the Alsace-Lorraine area of France. Lots of castles and stuff like that too, and it was like Louis XIV had this castle. It wasn't his. It was like kind of the vacation home. From the actual palace, and the first plumbing systems were in that castle, and they had this crazy arsenal room. Yeah, where it was like they had the first like rifle. Okay, but it was a 3-man like shoulder mounted cannon. One shot. Cool. So basically, it took 3 men
fucking shoulder high eardrum right out
to shoot this thing. Jesus. Like things you've never seen before, which is crazy. And then they've got this like a lot of wineries in that area because it's all just like the Riesling wines from Germany, and they spill out into France, and then it's like the whole Bordeaux region and Alsace-Lorraine. And there's this place that they have. It's called Offenthaler. So there's that part of France where actually they still speak German because it was the occupation, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So it's called Offenthaler, which is Monkey Mountain.
Oh, cool.
And you walk around, and the monkeys are all free. And that's when they do. That's when they do the craziest shit. Where like you've seen it on the videos where like they're grabbing purses,
or like in some stealing food, or
grabbing foods or boobs, or humping faces and stuff like that.
I love that one where like they land, like one monkey will land on your lap, and you're like, oh, take a picture, and then another one comes and starts fucking it. I'm like, yeah, man, I would fucking. That's hilarious. Yeah, that's a moment.
See, that's where you need to get high and have a good time, right?
Yeah, I'll go. Yeah. And so Paris was great. Like the Eiffel Tower is beautiful. I didn't go up it because it was just like I was by myself, and I just like it's like a romantic thing to do. And I'm like, oh, Vince, you're so beautiful. So I actually what I did a lot in Paris was I rode those bird scooters. Those electric scooters.
Yeah, how are they?
Fucking awesome, man.
On cobblestone too, or is it? Really?
So some of them you're like, and you're just jumping around. Like it was fun. Okay. Paris was beautiful. Nice. The weather was a little touch and go. Some places. It was also winter. Yeah. And tattoo wise, I got a Eiffel Tower. Okay. With a croissant moon instead of a crescent moon.
Okay, cool.
Beside it.
Nice.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of funny. I was like, and I let the tattoo artist do like whatever. I left it up to them, right? And I didn't have any take. I said, I want this. Just show me before you do it, and I'll say okay. And they okay.
Now, did you negotiate the price before or after? Like, I'm only going to spend $100. This is what I want.
No, it's before. Whatever they wanted, I paid it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, cool. And so what I did was when I got my first tattoo, I got a recommendation from the artist of where to go in Spain, where to go there, and then every place I went through, I asked the tattoo artist, where do you think I should go?
Okay, beautiful.
So I got names and I went. Blah, blah,
amazing.
Blah, blah.
And they spoke English perfectly too? Well, somewhat.
Yes and no. Yeah.
Well, enough to understand you and you understand them?
Yeah, for the most part.
Amazing.
We talked a little bit.
That's cool.
My tattoo artist in Paris.
Yeah.
Beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Oh my God, she was gorgeous. Just beautiful. Anyway, so I left, and the hardest part about leaving those places, like you go around the city and a lot of people like will speak English, and you think, what place do you think should speak the most English? Like airports, train stations?
Yeah, the thoroughfares. Yeah.
No, fucking no, man. In Paris, Belgium, it was the hardest thing for me to do. I was like terrified I was gonna miss a train. Right. Because I'm like, hey, excuse me, can you help me with this? I don't speak English. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
I know you do, man. But I was like, fine, whatever.
Should have had the Canadian flag on you.
Yeah, it doesn't. I was wearing my Canada hat, man. I had my red Canada flag hat, my Blue Jays hat.
Wow.
But it's still, they were just like, we don't speak English. And I was like, this is fucking bullshit.
Even the attendants or anything?
Some people did, but you'd have to like go around and find the right person.
Yeah, you have to like shake them up and everything, yeah.
Wow. So then from France, I went to Belgium.
Okay.
And I went to Bruges. Yeah. And to, what's the capital city? I can't remember. Brussels.
Okay.
Yeah, Brussels and Bruges.
Yeah.
I didn't care for Belgium, so I'm not going to talk too much about it.
Okay. Just more of the same kind of thing, or was it just
no?
bad
Like
weather?
Bruges was beautiful. Like it was nice. Like nice city. It was a lot more expensive than I thought it was gonna be. Also,
okay.
I just everybody there just like they looked down when they walked, man. Like they were so depressed. I found.
Wow, really?
I didn't love it. I got out of there quick. It wasn't the best. It was fine. I stayed in a hotel in the downtown core near the train station because I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna stay here for too long. I like to walk. I went to the room I was staying in. It was called House of Rooms. No, Game of Rooms. Game of Rooms. Okay. And my room was the Rolling Stones room.
Okay.
I was like, all right, cool.
That's
whatever.
cool.
Well, first when I got there, they gave me one room. Someone's stuff was in there, and I'm like, hey, excuse me. I'm like, someone's fucking stuff still in here.
Right.
And they're like, what? They came over like they didn't believe me. And they're like, oh, okay. And they just gave me another room. I'm like, well, this is fucking not a good start. It was a terrible neighborhood I was also in. It was really sketchy. And then I was trying to sleep one night, and the paper thin walls, the people in the room beside me, I swear to God, they were going to kill each other.
Oh, really?
They were screaming, yelling, and it was in a different language. It wasn't in Flemish or like a Dutch or anything like that. It was I think they were like Lebanese or something. And then it was just like yell, back and forth, yell. I'm like, hey, yo, if something happens, like, should I call the cops? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, nothing. Not a sound.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, they're dead.
They stabbed each other.
I thought something, but no screaming, so I don't know what it was.
Okay.
I went and put my head up against the wall to just like hear if there's movement.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they just started yelling again, and I'm like, oh, thank God they didn't kill each other.
Just throw your shoe at the wall to make sure that makes noise.
God damn, like, are you guys dead?
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't love Belgium too much.
What made it the Rolling Stones room?
There was 2 pictures on the wall.
Of like the logo?
Of the Rolling Stones. That was it. It was not cool, man.
So I guess this is the Deadpool room?
This is the Deadpool room. Yeah, this is the Deadpool room. Oh, what makes it that? There's 2 pictures. Yeah, I didn't love Belgium, so I got out of there. And from Belgium, I went to Amsterdam.
Okay.
Is that right? Yeah, that sounds right.
Okay.
I went to Amsterdam, and when I got to Amsterdam, they had a 5 p.m. curfew for COVID, so everything closed at 5 p.m., which is a real bummer. And it was serious when I was like, okay, I'll just walk around at night and just check it out. Like I can go have a walk down the red light district and check it out, see the girls, see what it's all about. There was like not even the red light district was open after 5 p.m.
Wow,
it was crazy.
Wow, so you need to go back.
I need to go back because it was closed basically. Yeah. And as I was getting tattooed there, the city actually closed down completely, full closure.
Oh fuck!
So I booked. I canceled I shortened my trip there. I booked a ticket on the train out of there the next day.
Right.
And in Belgium, I got a tattoo.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a Belgian waffle with some chocolate.
Okay.
I'll show you the tattoo. Well,
that's awesome.
After.
Yeah.
And then Amsterdam was a beautiful city, man. Cool. It was just like a different vibe. The atmosphere, so many bikes. Like you don't see car accidents there. You see bike accidents. Like 2 bikes collide. Right. You know what I mean? Then you see them picking each other up. Are you okay? Like no insurance, changing things. It's a really funny place, beautiful city.
Right.
I need to go back there and just chill longer. Yeah, I found like that was a city. Like in the open, I need to see the nightlife. I never got to see a single bit of nightlife there. So weird. I walked around one night with a water bottle just full of wine. Just got drunk walking around because I couldn't go to a bar.
Wow. Well, what was your best experience for nightlife? Was it London, obviously?
London was my best experience for nightlife, for sure. Hands down. Hands down.
Yeah. I remember, obviously, if they don't know who you are, Jason was showing like nightclub scenes, and there was one of you dancing, and you looked really good. You were wearing like this kind of like...
That was my smart attire. That was that night.
You were wearing this cream-colored outfit, and you were dancing and like carefree, and like you didn't even know that Jason was filming, I don't think, but you were just in your own zone, having a good time. Yeah. And Jason like kind of just brought you along, and I'm like,
it was fun, man.
This is awesome.
That was finally the perks of working in film.
Was really
finally
cool.
Came through, and
that made me smile.
Yeah, I had a good time there. London, honestly, I need to go back to London. You need to go back to London with like a group of friends because I feel like you'll have a better trip if you're not solo.
Makes sense.
Because like I find it is also during COVID, it was really hard to go up to a bar and just like, hey, how you doing? It's like strangers. It's hard to meet strangers.
Yeah.
Especially language barriers. Like if you go into countries like France and Belgium and you try to talk to someone at the bar, they're just gonna pretend they don't want to talk to you because of COVID. Right. And they're like, no English.
Okay. Yeah.
So I got out of Amsterdam and I went to and in Amsterdam I got a tattoo there. As I was getting tattooed, the guy's like, hey, we're closing. And the city's closing. You should get the hell out of here. I'm like, smart, nice guy, really like local guy. Actually, one of the people who was from there.
Right.
And I got a mushroom in a mouth because psychedelics sort of thing.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And I got 3 X's underneath it, and that has nothing to do with porn there.
Okay.
3 X's there is the 3 crosses to bear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that they had like a flood, the plague, and a fire.
Okay.
Something that happened in Amsterdam. So that's what the 3 X's
Oh,
are.
okay.
So whenever you see 3 X's anywhere in Amsterdam, in I don't know if it's just Amsterdam and all of Amsterdam.
Right.
Sorry, all of Netherlands.
Holland, yeah.
But the 3 X's don't mean porn.
Okay.
Even though they're notorious for the red light district, you just assume.
Right.
But it's not.
No. Oh, okay, cool. And you learned that from the tattoo artist.
From the tattoo artist.
That's pretty cool. And now you're trying to tell us.
And he's a good dude, man.
Cool.
And then I ended up drinking with them till like 2 a.m. because they're like, we don't have to work tomorrow. And they're like, do you want to hang out? So I was just hanging out with tattoo artists.
Cool.
And I just drank and.
So I'm sure those stories went amazing too.
Oh yeah, great time. Good people.
Nice.
The guy who owned the 2 shops was like from Poland.
Okay.
There was like I was drinking with the guy from Brazil. What a crazy man. He was a crazy short dude. He was nuts.
Right.
He was a funny little dude. One guy was from there. The owner was from Poland. There was a couple Italian guys that came and went. Like there are a lot of people. They just travel around Europe because it's easy to.
Of course.
Yeah.
Just grab one train and go. Like all
fucking,
roads lead to Rome, right?
You take the fucking Ryanair for $50 anywhere.
Yeah, I know.
You sometimes you have to pay more just for you pay more for your luggage than the actual flight.
Yeah. Have you seen what the flights to Montreal are for right now? From
No.
here? 900.
900?
Yeah.
No, it's impossible. Now?
It's ridiculous. Is it 1800 for St. John's?
Currently?
Yes.
I'll have to have a look because
That's ridiculous.
I don't believe that.
If it changes, they'll let me know. But yeah, it's gone up because of the fuel prices and everything's up too.
It's different fuel.
Ridiculous.
Okay. Let me get through. I got a couple more countries to go to. I went to Germany.
Yeah.
Germany. I went to Berlin.
Okay.
And I went to Dortmund. I went to 2 cities.
I know you mentioned it, and then we never communicated beyond that. So I was like, because something stopped. What hit you?
Berlin, a wall, the wall, Berlin Wall. Berlin is a cool city. It's also a lot dirtier than I thought it would be.
Okay.
Like not like in the sense of like sketchy, scary, dirty, but dirty like trash
everywhere.
Like, and maybe it was the neighborhoods I was in, but there was just like dog shit and fucking garbage on the floor. I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. Also, I went to go to this bar. I met up with Richard one more time because he happened to be there, and I left Amsterdam early. And we went to this bar, and he's like, yeah, this bar is open 24 hours.
Okay.
I'm like, sweet, let's go.
All
He's
right.
like, yeah, and then we'll just drink. He's like, they got a rule, no phones in there.
Okay.
I'm like, cool, dope rule. This place is gonna be cool, like small little bar.
Social,
yeah. So we go in there, and they almost didn't let us in because like we have our COVID like vaccines, but the Canadian fucking thing doesn't scan in Europe.
Okay.
And it's like, shouldn't that be fucking international? So I was anyway. That's a whole thing. But I go to this bar and they're like, no, we need a European one. I'm like, this is the fucking bar that's gonna maybe not let me in. This 24-hour bar with no cameras. Yeah. And I'm like, lady, I'm from Canada. Here's my ID. Here's my fucking thing. Yeah. They're like, no. And finally they're like, okay, come in, but you have to go to a pharmacy and get a European one. I'm like, cool, we'll go tomorrow.
Okay.
So we drink that bar all night. We fucking, it's like 4 a.m. We're still drinking. Cool bar, like good vibes, playing foosball in there with like a couple like strangers. It was fun.
Nice.
I go to the pharmacy in Germany and I go up to the lady. I'm like, hey, you speak English? She's like, a little bit. I'm like, sweet. Okay. Let's see how this goes. I say, I'd like to get a European COVID passport, please.
Right.
And they're like, well, do you live here? I said, no. She's like, well, I can't get you one. I need an address. I said, what am I supposed to do?
Right.
She goes, not travel during a pandemic. I was like, fuck you. I was like, fuck you, man. I'm like, do you know how economy works?
Then you grabbed her by the collar and just...
I said, do you know how the fucking economy works? Now give me some sleeping pills.
You jerseyed her and like showed her the Canadian way.
Jerseyed her, a couple uppercuts. So I found Germans kind of mean.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Arrogant as fuck.
Yeah. But I'm going to try to speed this up because it's coming to dragging
It's okay.
Here.
It's all right.
Germany, and then I was like, whatever. So I was like, we couldn't get one. So we tried to go to a restaurant one night too. The ladies just said straight up, no, I'm not letting you in.
Wow.
Yeah, she's like, she got burned before. She got a fine for like 2,000 euros or something, so she wouldn't let us in. And I was like, okay, that's fair, I guess.
Yeah. Well.
Such bullshit. But then you go to another place down there. I went to go eat pizza.
Yeah, the next door.
And the guy's like, hey, man. I'm like, hey, listen, I'm from Canada. Here's my thing. He's like, oh, it's not scanning. And I'm like, you're not going to let us in? He's like, nah, come on in. Yeah. And I was like, fucking stupid. And I really was looking forward to that food. Look at the menu. You did the whole thing. You finally pick a place. And they don't fucking let you go. You're like, fuck yourself, man.
I know.
But,
so there are some things then that you will actually have to revisit. There's things you absolutely won't go back to.
Yes, 100%.
But there's stuff. Okay, I'll give it another shot. Maybe
I'm gonna give Germany another chance. I just think that everybody was just in fucking bad mood because of winter. But,
it could be. And again, I mean, I've heard that from family saying that Berlin has always been colder. Yeah. They've always been kind of like we're the elitist. Well, because we're from the capital.
All right, history. Anyway, but okay. And then, so I went to Dortmund where I met up with my friend from the United States, and her family were there for Christmas. So I went to spend Christmas with them, which was really nice.
That's cool.
And I went to see the ballet a few times. Okay. Because her sister is in the ballet in Dortmund.
Nice. Awesome.
I really enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
The ballet was phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
It was so
talented
great.
As hell.
Yeah. But they closed the fucking city down for 4 days around Christmas. They're that religious in Germany. Like, nothing was open.
Maybe.
Yeah, nothing. I couldn't go to the laundromat. Couldn't do laundry. I couldn't do anything.
Well, it's like Italy. Don't go to Italy in August because everything's shut down. Unless you're in like Rome.
Yeah.
Or Venice.
True.
Everything else is shut down for a month. Like, forget it. You want to go to a restaurant? We're not open.
So, yeah. So, so from Dortmund, I'm going to Prague. Like, I'm gonna go from there to. Also, I had the best time with her and her family. Like, they treated me like family. Christmas really morning, nice. They got me gifts.
That's cool.
Like
that's
small things, but it's really nice for them to do that. Like, they didn't have to.
That's beautiful.
And I was like, all right, listen, I had a great time with them. They're an amazing family. I'd totally hang out with any of them anytime ever again.
Right.
If they wanted to, I would.
Right.
I went to, before I was leaving town to go to Prague, I was like, I'm trying to get a tattoo. I need my tattoo here.
Right.
And so I went to a couple tattoo shops, closed. They were too busy. I go to one. I knock on the door. Fucking big guy comes walking over. I'm like, hey, man, you speak English? No. I said, I'm just looking to see if I can get a tattoo. No. And he slams the door on me. And I'm like, fuck you.
Wow.
Yeah. It was disgusting. So I got the fuck out of Germany. I'm going to go back. I'm going to give them another chance. Right. Belgium? Never. I'm not interested.
Go to Bavaria.
Yeah, there's a bunch of places there.
Go to Bavaria.
I go to Prague.
Okay.
All right. I get there. I look at the thing where my Airbnb is, and I see the thing should only cost X amount of dollars for a taxi. The guy charges me a little more, but I'm like, whatever. I just got to get to my fucking room and chill.
Right.
Prague. What a beautiful city, man.
Yeah.
By far, best looking city I've ever been to in my life. Man.
Wow.
Just the history, the architecture, the streets, the people were nice.
Yeah.
The beer was phenomenal. The food was really good.
Nice.
It was wonderful, man. Like, I spent a good solid 6 days there over New Year's.
Amazing.
And I loved everything about it, man. Like, Prague was probably one of my best favorite cities to go to.
Did you see that world clock?
The world clock.
Yeah, it's up in the church, and it's from 1600s. And
yes.
It shows the astrology and the
yes, I did see that.
Man,
I do.
Man,
yeah. I seen that.
Stuff.
Beautiful. What a gorgeous
really cool.
city, man. I loved everything about it. I went and got a tattoo at this place called One Love, and I got a beer stein with the Prague Castle in the sort of a design.
Nice.
And then I ended up partying with the tattoo artist over New Year's. They invited me to stay.
Amazing.
I met these two Italian guys that were there, and we started talking to what are you doing for New Year's? I'm like, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna walk around, asking them if there was a square to party in. They're like, probably not for COVID. They're like, come party with us. So I did. I drank there. I had some snacks. Good people.
Awesome.
Good fun. One lady from Norway broke her arm in front of me. She fell in the cobblestones.
Oh.
Because you can't drink and walk we can't walk sober on those fucking things.
Yeah.
She fucking broke her arm right in front of me, but you couldn't you couldn't tell. They text me the next day oh yeah, she broke her arm.
Oh.
And I was like, oh damn. Snap, man. Yeah. But it was fun, man. I had a great time there. I had to get a COVID test to come back to Canada because I was going to go to Italy.
Right.
Now, we're getting close to our hour mark, but we'll talk a little bit over whatever. I was going to go to Italy.
Right.
And I was ready. I was looking at a place. I was going to book. I was going to do 1 month. I was going to do Venice, Rome, head south, get a place on the water, just hang out. I was looking at this cool penthouse suite I was going to get for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And just stay there, go see some family, and then carry on, go to another place.
Right.
They had 100,000 cases a day and growing. And then I was talking to a friend of mine that I met. I met this person in Germany, and she's like, "Hey, listen, if you go to Italy, you might not be able to go to other countries after, because Germany won't let you in."
Yeah.
And there's other. I'm like, I've already been there, but she's like, it might happen that you can't go anywhere else.
Yeah, you can't even. You're.
And you might. And I was like, well, fuck. What if I wanted to go home to Canada from there? Canada. Well, fuck. Canada was the fucking worst place of all the countries.
Yeah,
they wouldn't let me in.
Of course.
So I decided to come home, and I had to do a COVID test.
Right.
The day after New Year's Day, I fucking woke up drunk, got a COVID test.
I killed all the germs. Yeah.
And fucking made my way back here. Came back to Canada in January. I was like, okay, the city's open here.
Right.
Like, fuck it, I'll come home.
Okay.
I landed. 3 days later, we shut down.
We shut down again, yeah. So you brought the curse of shutting us down.
I'm the fucking COVID shutdown.
Vince is coming over.
Let's shut this down. Thanks, Dougler. All in all, great trip.
That's awesome.
I don't recommend traveling in COVID ever.
Well, hopefully that goes away.
Maybe the pharmacist in Germany was right, but she didn't have to be a bitch about it.
Yeah.
But
it's not to defend it because it's still an asshole thing to do, but it's because they've been so. You have to be so precise. Everything is factual. Everything is. We're closed at 5, not 5:01. 5.
Yeah.
Like this. We're done. And you just shut it off.
Yeah.
Because we went over the hour mark.
Yeah, we're done.
Come on.
It's crazy.
Ease up a little bit.
But their fucking streets are full of shit, man.
I know.
You want efficiency? Get a fucking cleaner. Clean the streets, my guys. What the hell?
It's karma.
Well,
you're going to treat people like shit that's going to be on the streets.
Fucking clean a little bit.
Yeah.
All in all,
clean up your attitude and maybe you have better response. I know.
Also, when I was on the train from Amsterdam to Berlin, I was sitting there at a stop. Like, there's a bunch of stops, but I had a nice chair. I was looking out the window. The views were phenomenal. Like when you're on the train, I took a train everywhere. I took one plane and trains everywhere. I was sitting there and I hear some German commotion sort of happening. I'm just sitting here. And I hear and I'm like, there's no way no one's talking to me.
Right.
And then I hear it getting louder and louder. I'm like, nope, there's nobody's fucking talking to me on this train.
Right.
And then I feel like a shove. And I was like, what the fuck? I look over, 4 German cops staring at me, yelling at me in German.
Okay.
And I had my headphones in, like I wasn't looking over. And I look over, I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, yes. And they're like yelling at me in German. I'm like, no, I don't speak German. I'm not from here. And they're like, where are you from? I said, Canada. Where are you coming from? I said, Amsterdam. How long were you there? 4 days. COVID passport? And I'm like, showed them. And then they just walked away. And everybody else on the train was getting ready to show them their passports.
Right. And they just wanted you.
They didn't ask anybody else. The fucking Germans picked me out, man. Now, mind you, I was wearing my Canada hat.
Yeah.
But again, Canada. Everybody loves us.
Yeah.
I'm the only fucking person on the train that got singled out.
I have no words. I don't know.
I was shocked. Just shocked, man. I was like, fuck you, Germany. Yeah. Especially because after they were so mean to me, in a lot of places were mean people.
Rude. Yeah, just rude, ignorant
fucking
people.
Germany. But I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna give them one more chance because there's a lot to see there.
Yeah. Listen, they were rude even to my family when we were in Yugoslavia. I think I mentioned this. We were in the cave. In the
Yugoslavia
grotto.
doesn't exist anymore, right?
Well, former Yugoslavia, Slovenia, but it was still Yugoslavia when we went. And Slovenia has this cave where you go 3,000 feet below sea level.
Oh, cool.
And we're, it's the 4 of us talking like this. I believe we've already discussed this, but it's good to bring up. So it's the 4 of us, and we're speaking like we are now.
Yeah.
And there was a family of 4 in front of us, German. Mm-hmm. And the husband says to the wife, "Oh, those ignorant Americans."
Yeah.
Well, my mom, being born in Germany, being a German school teacher, speaks German still fluently.
Yeah.
Jumped right in. Excuse me, I happen to let you know that we're actually Canadian and I was born in Germany, so you can take your opinions and shove them up your ass.
Amazing.
And it just...
They'd be like, check, please.
They were done. That was it. That shut them right up.
Yeah,
so, again, if you can get the little bit of justices of because there is arrogance. There is oh, who are these people? It's like... Mm-hmm. But, and then Italy is the same kind of thing, too. It's always the nation's pride. And it's like, I'm visiting. Obviously, do you see me shitting on the street? Do you see me doing anything I'm not supposed to be doing?
I mean, if I did, they'd probably know I was from there. They'd probably like, oh, he's German. This guy's taking a shit beside the tree. German.
Come to our bar and drink.
All in all, Europe is a phenomenal place.
That's awesome. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
The train system there is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And it works really well.
Efficient.
It's efficient.
Yes.
I'll sum it up. England, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Fucking 1,000 times I'll go back there. It's so cool, man. Belgium doesn't exist to me. Amsterdam, I'll be back. 100%. Germany, if I have time, I'll go back.
Right.
I'm not giving it completely up, but it's a summer thing. I'll go.
Right.
Prague. I fucking recommend Prague a million times. People, you like taking pictures? You're a camera guy. Let's say you like photography. Prague, man. Yeah. Phenomenal. Yeah. Just so cool.
Nice.
Also, Spain was very beautiful too. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. That was my trip, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Now I'll talk a couple more minutes and then we can get the fuck out of here because why not? All in all, you guys have any questions for me, recommendations, like don't feel free to message me, message comments. Whatever. Now you think like, okay, like was that a great trip? Yes. Yeah. It was a great trip. Now keep in mind though, during COVID and the fact that like you couldn't talk to anybody and stuff like that, it was depressing. I'm gonna go throw out all the fun stuff, but then like it got a little depressing on the road. Yeah, because I was alone and like I couldn't talk to anybody, and the language barrier started to catch up to you. And like I had a little phrase book, but like phrases can only get you so far. Yeah. And like I didn't really do enough research to try to learn a language before I left because I was too busy working. Right. Yeah. And
you kind of did it on a whim. You kind of just said, "I gotta go." Yeah, yeah. Like I remember that conversation. Yeah. While I was in the hospital, and you're like, "I gotta get out of here," and I'm like, "Go." Just go. Just do it, because if you keep hesitating, well, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, you're never going to get. So just jump and go. And 100%. I mean, that was the best advice I could give.
Considering and you know what? It was good. And I think everybody owes themselves like a good trip, man. Right. Like, don't wait too long. If you wait too long, you're going to fucking regret it. Yeah. Go do a Europe trip. Go do a month in Italy. Go do, 2 days in Paris.
Yeah, just get out.
Just get out, man. See the world.
Okay, so the fears that you would have here before you go, like for me, I go like, well, how would I budget to go? Like, I still got to pay rent here. Like, how do you get that? That's the thing. How do you break that thought process?
I gave everything up.
You just jump.
I said I'm gonna go because I was almost thinking I was never gonna come back. Right. Right. So I gave it all up. I said I'm not gonna have anything here. I just kept my phone. And I have my car, but I was like, maybe I'll try to sell it. And then I was like, you know what? I'm not going to sell it. I'll just keep it and whatever, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. I know it's hard, but save some money and do a trip. Yeah. I think everybody needs it. Right. Yeah, stay out of Belgium. And stay out of Belgium. It's not worth it. It's not fucking worth it. I did get some good chocolate there, though. Cool. But all right. It was a good trip, and I recommend people doing it. I'm going to head back. I'm all now booked up for work till March 2023. Ugh. I know. And
you sound like Jason.
Yeah, I know. And then I'm gonna go away again. I'm gonna head back, check it out.
Cool.
I think I talked. Oh, Scotland. I got the Loch Ness monster tattooed on me.
I did. That's awesome. Yeah, Nessie. No, that's awesome.
I think I nailed all of them. Yep, that's all of them. Honestly, it was a much needed trip. Yeah. Wrong timing. And I came back tired. Because you were like, "Oh, you were just gone for 2 months." Yeah, but I was like sightseeing.
You were walking every day.
It's not a relaxing. It was not a relaxing trip. That's all right. So I'm gonna go away again soon, somewhere warm.
Do it.
Won't be as exciting because I'll be my fat ass on the beach, drinking.
That's okay.
Margaritas.
That's all right.
Tequila.
No problem.
Eating tacos.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Sounds like paradise.
I guess that's it. I don't know. Do you think do you want to ask me something about anything? I don't know.
We can cover it in another episode. It's all good.
Anyway,
let me
think about it.
Yeah, let me.
I'm sure I missed some things. I should have wrote down some keynotes.
It was fascinating. No, and I love that you shared this story because it's an experience not only for yourself, but like now we have a platform that you can like experience it with the world too. So someone who's like, "Oh, I could never do that," now you give them a kind of like, you
can. Oh, I'll end it completely now for sure on this. I might have had COVID in Scotland.
Okay.
I'm not for sure. Who knows?
I think everyone is.
I don't know. I think it was just strep throat, to be honest.
All right. Okay.
Hey, thanks for tuning in. Guys. Thanks for watching us. You can find us on our social media pages. It's Grunts and Grumbles Official is our Instagram and Facebook. Yeah. Grunts and Grumbles Podcast is our YouTube channel. That's it. I don't have AMP yet because I'm still here.
No AMP yet. We're still working on it.
And thanks for tuning in. Yeah. And honestly, like, subscribe, share. Yeah. Have any questions?
Follow.
Feel free to DM us.
Yeah, by all means. We're always accessible to some degree.
I love slides in my DMs, man.
Yeah, we'll bring it in.
Slide in my DMs.
You up?
Hey, you up? Actually, it's funny. I sent one message to my buddy Lorenzo because I was like, I'm like, hey, I'll text you when I'm blah 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 if you're up. I'm like, whatever. I sent him the you up. He didn't answer. The next day, he's like, that was my first ever you up text. And I'm like, you're welcome.
There you go.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody.
Yes. Let's do a little more sliving.
Sliving.
Okay. Bye, guys.
That's hot.